Hello friends, welcome to Dnyanadeep Academy's online platform. Today, like we have started this series on discussing Yojanas and Kurukshetra. Today I'm here with a new issue of Yojana. This is on artificial intelligence in the month of February 2024. Now, before I go into the details of this topic, first let's understand how important Yojana is and how important this topic to us is in UPSC exams. Okay. Now, first things first, Yojana, yes, it is an important magazine, but it does not mean that every page or every word that is given in the magazine is going to be important for you in the exam. And so it becomes very necessary for us to read according to the need of the exam. Most of the students, what they try to do is try to read everything and try to forcibly put everything in the answers that you get from Yojana. So I think that is not what is necessary for the exam. Yes, there are some important approaches, some aspects, some facts, concepts that we get from Yojana, which will be very important for you in the exams. Now, similarly, coming to this topic also, artificial intelligence, no doubt it is a very important topic for UPSC. We have science and technology in paper 3. But along with means, we have had questions in prelims as well. In fact, we have had many questions on artificial intelligence in the prelims exam as well. So here we'll be trying to understand this topic. We'll try to understand what important things you can get for the exams. One issue of an Yojana or Kurukshetra can give you a complete answer, or also give you some content for writing an essay. These magazines are this important. Okay. Now, in this magazine, what is this magazine focusing on? So, first is generative AI. So, you'll have to understand what is generative AI, what is artificial intelligence, and what is generative artificial intelligence. Then, cyber security issues that arise because of artificial intelligence, how it can be used in governance, how it can be used in media is one topic. Then, how it can be used in industries, and how it can be leveraged in the public services, okay, services that are given to the people. Now, first let's understand the concept which is not given in the magazine here, okay. What is artificial intelligence? You see, normally it is the human beings which came at the top of this evolution. Why? Because human beings could think. Homo sapiens could think, okay. They had this ability to make decisions which other animals did not. And so we see humans coming out at the top of this evolution. Now, if you can put in this trait or characteristics of human beings to think or to make decisions into a machine using some softwares, it is known as artificial intelligence. Okay? When machines start thinking or acting like human beings, thoughtful actions like human beings, then it is known as artificial intelligence. Now, the beginning of artificial intelligence starts way back in 1940s, right? You must have heard Alan Turing. He is a very important person for us. He is known as the father of artificial intelligence, okay? Just a minute. Alan Turing. He is very important for us because he is known as the father of AI. Okay, so in 1950s he had published a paper named "Can Machines Think?" and that is how this field of artificial intelligence started. And later on we see some developments happening in this field, but this beginning was made by Alan Turing. So this can be a question in a prelims exam which is not given in the magazine. So you should know this Alan Turing is a very important person. John McCarthy was the first person to actually use this term artificial intelligence. Okay, though he is known as the father of AI, the paper he had published in 1950 was known as "Can Machines Think?" He did not use the term artificial intelligence. It was later in 1956 John McCarthy used the term artificial intelligence. Okay, so both these people are going to be important when it is about artificial intelligence. Now, what are the topics that are given in this issue? Like I said, not all topics will be important for you. So let's read selectively. Let's understand selectively. The first topic here is India's vision for harnessing AI for global good. Now, how can you harness artificial intelligence for global good? So this obviously is an important topic. You can get a lot of examples out of this. Then you have AI in Indian governance and public service. This is the most important topic. How you can leverage artificial intelligence in governance and public services. Okay. Then unlocking the potential and challenges of generative AI. This topic is also important for us. Use cases of generative artificial intelligence in governance, absolutely important. So you'll be getting a lot of examples that you can quote in your answers or in your essays also. Okay. Artificial intelligence and future of media or transformative role of media. These are not very important topics. Okay. These are, I'll call them narrow topics. They are very narrow. They are just limited to what AI can do in media. But we'll have to study applications of AI in a very broader spectrum, like AI in governance or AI in public services or for global good. That broad perspective should be there when you're studying artificial intelligence. So I think this is very narrow. We'll still go through this, but not very important things will be coming out of these topics. Then role and scope of artificial intelligence for citizen services. This is also a very important topic. Okay. Then artificial intelligence and the ease of life for visually challenged people are very important aspects, because see, when you're writing answers or essays in UPSC, you'll have to be inclusive. You'll have to include all the marginalized groups of the society, right? You'll have to show the examiner that yes, you focus on them, you have some knowledge about them. So how can we use or how can we leverage artificial intelligence to make their life easy? So that is going to be very important. And the last topic, of course, again a very important topic, cyber security challenges in the era of AI. You see, with the artificial intelligence, though it is a good technology, actually technology is a double-edged sword. So it can be good, it can be bad. It depends on the way you use it. So along with lot of advantages, lot of benefits that are going to come with artificial intelligence, there will also be some challenges. Artificial intelligence can also be used in a wrong way, right? Which will create new challenges, cyber security challenges that is dealt in this topic. Okay. So out of all these topics, these 5 topics are very important. So we'll try to get maximum content out of these 5 topics. Okay. Now we'll start. Okay. Now this is the introduction. What is the AI landscape? I've highlighted the important aspects here. So what I want you to do is, I'll be sharing this PDF also. So if you've not read the complete magazine, you can just go through what is highlighted here. Okay. Now I'll not be focusing on everything that is given here. I'll straight away come to what I've underlined. The International Monetary Fund has said in a recent report that artificial intelligence might impact 40% of jobs globally. Now the biggest issue with artificial intelligence, why artificial intelligence is a major source of concern, is because many people across the globe think that it will eat up into jobs, and many growing economies like India actually are going through this jobless growth. So for a country like India, will it really impact jobs in India? This is always a serious question. Now this report of International Monetary Fund, IMF, says that it will at least impact 40% of the jobs globally. So whenever you're writing a point on how AI is going to affect jobs, instead of writing a very plain statement, you can write what the International Monetary Fund thinks about how AI can impact jobs globally. Okay. Now, but it also has said that it has a limited impact on emerging economies. It promises to boost human productivity in certain domains. So like I said, it is good, it is bad, it is both. The application of AI spans diverse sectors including healthcare, education, agriculture, smart cities and infrastructure. Now, are these the only sectors which are impacted by artificial intelligence? No. There are many sectors out of these which will be impacted in a good way by artificial intelligence, but at least remember some prominent ones, because you'll certainly have a question how AI can help a developing country like India. So it can be used in these sectors: healthcare, education, agriculture, smart cities and infrastructure. Okay. Now The Government of India, is cognizant of AI's transformative potential, lays the groundwork for an economically robust future, and initiatives such as the National Program for AI. Now remember these programs can be asked in prelims exam. So National Program for AI, then India AI portal, a very important portal launched in 2020. We'll see the details about this portal later in the chapters given below. Okay, so this is a very important portal that was started by Government of India, and this can be a question in your prelims exam. So this was started by Ministry of Electronics and IT in 2020, May 2020. Okay, now what are the measures that we take to foster AI growth? It includes provision of cloud-based platforms, right? Then establishment of national AI portal, which we have already done. Initiatives to reskill and upskill the workforce. This is going to be very important. Okay, see, demographic dividend for India is going to be helpful only if it is healthy, if it is skilled. Now with AI, you'll also need to upskill and reskill the workforce. With the current set of skills, you cannot deal with artificial intelligence. So upskilling and reskilling are going to be very important for the workforce. For an AI-centric future, India's active participation in international collaborations such as the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence. Now, there was a summit in 2023 under the chairmanship of India in New Delhi. So, this also, Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, is going to be important for your prelims exams this year. It reflects a global commitment to navigate the complexities surrounding AI. Then, in the linguistic domain also, AI-led language translation platforms like Digital India Bhashini, very important. A typical prelims question. Digital India Bhashini, will have details later, represents a significant stride towards citizens' engagement, fostering a multilingual digital ecosystem. Now, what is the problem in India? That we have a digital divide. What is digital divide? The access to digital platforms is not even across India. Now, there are various factors. Education can be one factor, digital awareness can be one factor, or language also can be a hindrance. So, how can we take this technology to the last mile, the people across India? It is through using different languages. So, this is a translation platform, Digital India Bhashini, a very important thing. It will foster a multilingual digital ecosystem. This aligns with the broader goals of facilitating easy access to digital services in Indian languages. With this, you can reach people in their state languages or native languages. The responsible adoption of AI is an important area to look into with a thirst on transparency and accountability. See, AI, like I said, is important, but having transparency and accountability is also very important. And the most important is the ethical considerations that come with artificial intelligence. Because like I said, it is a double-edged sword. It can be used in a good way, it can be used in a bad way. So we'll have to have some ethical conduct, code of conduct, which we need to follow when we're using AI. With problems like deepfake or any other unethical usages of AI are creating a concern. You have heard about deepfakes. Now, this is a real issue. And deepfakes are possible because of artificial intelligence. Okay, so initiatives like Responsible AI for Social Empowerment, or RAISE, underscores a commitment to ensuring that AI technologies are developed with societal welfare in mind. Why do you develop artificial intelligence? It is for the societal welfare. This balanced approach is not just a national endeavor, but positions India as a contributor to global discourse on responsible AI development. Okay, this is just the introduction. So even in the introduction, we have some important programs, portals that were started by India. Okay, some concerns about AI, some advantages of AI. Okay, now we'll go into the first chapter, India's vision for harnessing AI for global good. How can India harness artificial intelligence in ensuring global good? Okay, now India AI's vision not only consists of support for the AI startup. What does India AI does? It not only consists support for the AI startup ecosystem, but also development of practical applications and addressing the real world challenges in healthcare, agriculture, language translation, governance and beyond. So this is what India AI is developed for. Okay. Now here are some examples of artificial intelligence platforms. DeepMind, then OpenAI, Chat GPT is that comes from OpenAI. DeepMind is another example. Now there are very significant investments from Google, Meta, Microsoft, and Tesla. So all these global giants in tech industry are trying to develop artificial intelligence. Okay. So come to this point straight away. India's approach, as articulated by our Prime Minister, leading up to the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence Summit 2023. Like I said, this summit can be a question in your prelims exam. Okay. GPI 2023 hosted by India was a significant international event focusing on AI. This summit held from 12th to 14 December 2023 in New Delhi served as a multi-stakeholder initiative that brought together experts from 29 member countries. Very important. So there can be a question, how many countries are member to this GPI? There are 29 member countries, with the aim to bridge the gap between AI's theory and practice by supporting advanced research and practical activities in AI related areas. So what is the aim? To bridge the gap between AI theory and practice. Okay, so this was first put forward by Canada in G7 meeting in 2018, this initiative, and this was later launched in 2020. Okay, the secretariat is based at OECD. So these all can be questions in your prelims exam. How many members, who was the chairman, where did the summit take place? All these can be the questions, and what is the aim of this summit, that is also given here. So you should know all these things. Then a very important thing, what the Prime Minister said at this summit. The Prime Minister also underscored India's resolve to establish a regulatory framework that ensures AI is safe and trusted, fostering collaboration among nations for widespread and long-term implementation. The government of India is of the belief that rather than demonizing AI, the focus should be on harnessing its potential for good. Now, what have I written? Use this approach in your conclusions. Why this is important? Because you'll have a lot of questions asking you, is AI good or is AI bad? So when you take a stand, it is not going to be either of them. You cannot say it is good. You cannot say it is bad. You'll have to be balanced. Okay. So if you say it is good, you'll have to mention some problems. If you say it is bad, you'll also have to focus on the positives. But at the end, when you conclude, you can say that we cannot demonize AI, rather we should focus on harnessing its potential for good. Okay, remember this, because questions in your mains exam are always going to be of this nature. Positives and negatives, advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons of artificial intelligence. So how are you going to conclude? You say that let's not demonize AI, we can use it for betterment of the society or global good. Okay. Now, next, India's AI vision not only consists of this India AI portal, very important portal. The vision not only consists of support for AI startup ecosystem, but also development of practical applications addressing the real world challenges in healthcare, agriculture, language translation, governance and beyond. This can absolutely be a question in a prelims exam. Okay. So there's one additional point that we should know about this. It is a joint venture between Ministry of Electronics, IT, then National E-Governance Department and NASSCOM. Okay. Now, there are some points which are not given in this issue. So it is our duty to cover it. So when you're reading Yojana, it is not only for your mains exam. It can be, there can be questions for prelims exam as well. So focus on finding out something new about this. If you come across a program like this, just Google it. GPI Summit, Google it. So you'll get a lot of additional information about it. So this is also a joint venture between Ministry of Electronics, IT National E-Governance Department and NASSCOM. Okay. And what is it for? It is not only a support for AI startup ecosystem, but also it focuses on development of practical applications addressing real world issues or challenges in healthcare, agriculture, education, language translation and governance. Okay. This I had already told you. GPAI was proposed by Canada at G7 summit in 2018. These are all additional information which you need to remember, because this can be a question in your prelims exam. Now it was launched in 2020. It is hosted by OECD, that we have seen. It promotes responsible use of AI in a manner that respects human rights and democratic values. So these can be the statements in your prelims exam, multiple statements. So remember these about them. Okay. Now coming here, India's approach entails setting principles and an exhaustive list of harms and criminalities associated with AI. Instead of regulating AI at the specific developmental stages, India is advocating a clear guidelines for platforms addressing issues like bias and misuse during model training. When you're training or you're building AI, there can be issues with bias. Now, understand ChatGPT. There are some biases inherited in this software. Because these platforms are built by humans, it is natural that these orthodox beliefs of human beings will be filtered into these softwares. So India is also being cautious about it. So addressing issues like bias and misuse during the model training, the proposed framework outlines prohibited actions backed by legal consequences for non-compliance. In the Indian context, existing IT rules provide a foundation for addressing challenges related to AI-powered misinformation, such as deepfakes. Okay. The amended IT Act rules implemented in Feb 2021 and then October 2022 and 2023 prioritize platform obligations. The platform is responsible for any misuse in artificial intelligence. Okay. Platforms are mandated to prevent dissemination of misinformation with specific rules outlining impermissible user harm content. Then violating these rules expose the platforms to legal prosecution, emphasizing a comprehensive regulatory approach to balance innovation with ethical AI use. Now, like I said, this is always going to be a problem. When you're using artificial intelligence, there are going to be some ethical concerns. So how do you regulate? You have to make someone accountable for the misuse. And in India, it is the platforms which build artificial intelligence are made responsible for any unethical use of artificial intelligence. Okay, so all the IT rules and the amended rules in 21, 2022 and 2023 make the platforms responsible for misuse or unethical use of artificial intelligence. Okay. Now, moving forward, this GPAI summit was hosted under India chairmanship, India and 28 nations. So, a total of 29 nations come together. It solidifies the international recognition of AI's impact and marks a pivotal moment in global AI conversation. The summit underscored, very important, 3 key pillars. The first is inclusion. There are 3 key pillars of artificial intelligence for global good. First is inclusion, second is collaborative AI, and the third is safe and trusted AI. So whenever you're whenever you're thinking about artificial intelligence, just keep these pillars in mind. Artificial intelligence in India should not be actually increasing the digital divide. It should be inclusive. So inclusion is one pillar of artificial intelligence. Collaborative AI, lot of players will have to collaborate to make this AI successful. It can be government, non-government sources, private players as well. Safe and trusted AI is also important. Okay. This declaration reflects India's commitment to inclusive technology, ensuring that nations worldwide, particularly those in the global south, have access to the benefits of AI for betterment of their citizens. Okay. Now, like we say of digital divide in India, there is also a divide across the globe. So it was India's stance in this meeting that Global South should not be left behind in the development and use of AI for the betterment of its citizens. Okay, so India trying to stand up for the Global South. This is a very important development in India's international relations. You see, across platforms, India is trying to project itself as the leader of the Global South. So even be it G20 also, and even in this summit also, we focused on how Global South, the countries from the South, should not be left out of the development of artificial intelligence and leveraging it for the useful use of their citizen betterment. Okay. So this summit is important. India's vision is also important here. Okay. So I think this is the first chapter. So this is all you get from the first chapter. Then the second chapter, okay, the second chapter is AI in Indian governance and public services. This is a very important topic, okay, a very important topic. We'll again go through the highlighted aspects of this, the important things about this topic. See, toward these ambitions, the government of India has also notified Digital Personal Data Protection Act of 2023, very important. You'll have to know this act in detail because you'll certainly have a question in a prelims exam about this act to protect the citizens' privacy, safety and trust concerning their personal data and enhance the accountability of entities collecting and processing personal data. So we have put some regulations on the entities which collect data, the responsibility of privacy, the safety, the trust of the data, personal data that is collected lies with these entities. Okay. Then artificial intelligence has been around for a long time. The term artificial intelligence was first used by John McCarthy in 1956. Very important. There was a conference in Dartmouth in America on the future of artificial intelligence. And this is the first time when John McCarthy used the term artificial intelligence. Like I said, Alan Turing, though he is known as the father of artificial intelligence, he had used the term machine learning. The paper he had published was Can Machines Think? And in 1956, for the first time, this term artificial intelligence was used. Okay. However, in the last year or so, with advent of generative AI, now what is generative AI? Very important. And the launch of ChatGPT and OpenAI by OpenAI. This is also going to be important. Who has launched ChatGPT? It is OpenAI. You should know other examples also. For example, Bard by Google is important. Okay, ChatGPT by OpenAI. AI has become a buzzword. This has also enabled the rapid expansion of data and computing capabilities. Today, AI can be harnessed to solve societal challenges. Very important. In what sectors artificial intelligence can be used? It can be used in healthcare, education, agriculture, build innovative products and services, increase the efficiency, elevate competitiveness and enable economic growth, contributing to improved quality of life. Every chapter will give you some new insights as to how artificial intelligence can help countries, especially India. Okay. So what is generative AI? First, let's understand generative AI. See, it refers to a learning model that can generate text, images, audios and other content based on data they have been trained on. Very important. So ChatGPT is one example of generative AI. What is generative AI? It is a model, a learning model that can generate text, images, audio, or it can generate content based on data that they were trained on. See, ChatGPT is also trained on a set of data. Now, if you search for anything after 2021, it's not available on ChatGPT. Why? It is trained on data which is available till 2021. So, these type of artificial intelligence is known as generative AI or generative artificial intelligence. The government of India's flagship initiatives, the National Program on Artificial Intelligence, aims to nurture the building blocks of domestic AI ecosystem through 4 key interventions. So these 4 key interventions can be asked in the prelims exam. Also, this can be important for you in the mains exam as well. What are the important pillars of National Program on Artificial Intelligence? First is National Data Management Office. If you want to build artificial intelligence, you'll have to have data first. Data is the raw stock or raw material for building generative AI. So, recognizing data as the foundational element for AI innovation, NDMO aims to enhance the data quality, the utilization and accessibility, modernizing government practices to fully unlock the potential of data and the AI innovative ecosystem. So, having good data is the first step in using artificial intelligence. So, that is the first pillar or intervention. The National Center on AI. So, this is envisaged as a sector agnostic entity that identifies AI solutions for public sector problems. The skilling for all. Like I said, upskilling and reskilling is going to be very important with the emergence of artificial intelligence. This pillar aims to revamp the technical education infrastructure, particularly the ITIs and polytechnics, by building data labs that can help equip the workforce with AI-ready skills. You see, ITIs and polytechnics that syllabus is quite outdated for today's technological developments. So we'll have to think of making changes to the curriculum, changes to the syllabus, and making the workforce ready for artificial intelligence. And the last pillar is the responsible AI. This will always be a concern in artificial intelligence, responsible use or ethical use of AI. So always remember this. Emphasizes need to address the potential biases and discrimination in AI adoption through the development of indigenous tools, guidelines, frameworks, and suitable governance mechanism. Okay, we'll have to ensure that AI does not increase the divide. Rather, it is more inclusive. Then further, AI integration in public service delivery will enhance data analysis. It will automate repetitive tasks, streamline decision making processes, unlock new levels of efficiency, innovation and citizen engagement across various sectors. What can artificial intelligence do in public services? Everything is given here. That it can enhance data analysis, it can automate repetitive tasks. You will not have to waste your time in doing the repetitive task again and again. It will streamline decision making process. It will unlock new levels of efficiency. There will be a lot of innovations because of this. Okay. So the shift towards data-driven governance is also enhancing transparency and enabling participatory governance. So this will all be a result of using artificial intelligence in governance or delivery of services. Okay. Now, what are the key government initiatives that leverage AI? These will be very, very important examples in your answer writing. How is government using artificial intelligence in its programs or applications? Now, the first application is the Umang application, unified mobile application for new age governance. Okay. Knowingly, unknowingly, across various applications, you use artificial intelligence, but you don't know about it. So when you're using Umang, when you're using DigiLocker, you're actually using artificial intelligence. Okay. Now Umang serves as a unified platform offering all Indian citizens a singular point of access to pan-India e-government services spanning from central to local government bodies. Okay. The platform provides access to 1836 government services, and there are a lot list of services. It was launched in 2017 and it has aimed to propel India towards mobile governance by enabling citizens to access all the public services with one super app. Now this is about the app. Okay. How do you use artificial intelligence in Umang app? See, AI was leveraged to transform the Umang into a more inclusive solution. Umang, the government citizen-centric app, has introduced a voice-based chatbot. What is a chatbot? It is actually a type of generative AI. You see all the private sectors, all the private banks using chatbots where a 24/7 customer support is available. Now this can be done by government also in providing services to the government. It is not 10 to 5 thing that you go to some government office and you get a service. Chatbots, so voice-based chatbots or virtual assistants were introduced, developed using conversational AI technologies. This chatbot enables the users to inquire about various government services in both Hindi and English using either voice or text inputs. So there is also information given about the Umang app, what is Umang app, and also how artificial intelligence was used in this app. Okay. Now the second is Dnyanadeep. This is an initiative spearheaded by Civil Aviation Ministry for revolutionary step towards leveraging artificial intelligence. Okay, you see many airports in India, lot of mismanagement while checking in the airport. So we started using artificial intelligence in this Dnyanadeep app. It is a biometric based boarding system for Indian airports. Dnyanadeep initiative implemented through Dnyanadeep app eases entry into the airport, security checks and boarding with a seamless registration process. Okay. Now how did we use artificial intelligence in this? Now the app uses facial recognition technology where users upload a selfie enhancing security and expediting the boarding process. And this eliminates the need for passenger to produce their boarding pass for identification at multiple checkpoints. So facial recognition is one form of artificial intelligence which is used in Dnyanadeep. Okay. Then we have Digital India Bhashini, a very important platform. What is this? It is an initiative launched by Ministry of Electronics and IT. It is building speech-to-speech machine translation systems for various Indian languages and dialects and evolving a unified language interface. If the government wants to reach to the last mile or to the people in the hinterland, the language is the biggest barrier. So with artificial intelligence, we are developing models which can translate services into any languages. Okay. This mission working towards creating a voice-based internet that is accessible in vernacular Indian languages and building multilingualism as well as developing the next generation conversational government apps. This will enable citizens to access digital services in their own language, further increasing digital inclusion and accessibility. So this is an antidote to digital divide. How can you overcome digital divide? So see, what is funny about artificial intelligence? It can, if not used ethically, it can actually expand this digital divide. But we can also use artificial intelligence to bridge digital divide or to bring about inclusion. Okay, so this is how Digital Bhashini will help us in increasing digital inclusion and accessibility of the government services. Okay, so you can read all the information that is given about it here. Okay, it is language speaker identification. It can do speech to text conversions, accurate translations across multiple languages. Okay, you can ask queries and you can get answers in language of your choice. There will be, see, the preferred genders also will be there, male and female as well. See, there was a case when a question was asked to the chat GPT, fill in the blanks, dash is a CEO. So the focus was on male. So this gender inequality or gender bias gets inbuilt into the softwares. So we are trying to make this gender neutral, wherein you can choose the preferred speaker, male as well as female also. Okay. Then next is applications of AI in urban governance. Very important. You always have essays on smart cities and on smart development. So how can we use AI in urban governance? So various departments of the government, including municipal corporations and police, are using image recognition and AI for real-time monitoring of traffic. Very important. Give these examples in your answers. That police are using image monitoring for monitoring of traffic and infrastructure in the city. The solution deployed has demonstrated highly promising outcomes, detecting 1,000 violations per hour and reporting over 50,000 catastrophic issues. How is it done? The AI model for infrastructure and traffic monitoring employs an advanced image recognition and sensor data analysis to detect and report issues such as potholes, damaged manholes covers, non-functional traffic lights and street lights. And it is also trained to detect traffic imperfections including overspeeding, rash driving, failure to wear a seat belt or a helmet. Everything this will be done by artificial intelligence. And the data that you need to do this, where will this data come from? The government is actually promoting the food delivery people to come up with data. They are supposed to click pictures about these broken potholes or broken traffic signals and send it to the repository, which can help in better detection of traffic violations. Okay. So this is one example how it can be used in urban development. You see, the cab and food delivery aggregator drivers are incentivized to provide video and image footages to the AI model when they are driving around the cities. Because AI is based on data, and where is this data going to come from? It is going to come from the cab and food delivery aggregators. Okay. Now, application of AI in healthcare. How do you use AI in healthcare? Don't be surprised if I tell you that AI was used in detection of COVID cases, even in India. So this is going to have a wide application across healthcare sector as well. DRDO, Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, has developed Atman AI, very important, an AI-based COVID detection application software using chest X-rays, which can classify the images into normal, COVID-19 and pneumonia classes using a limited number of sample images. So it has been given some sample images as to this X-ray. If this is the type of X-ray, it is going to be normal. If this is the type of X-ray, it is going to be COVID positive. If this is the type of X-ray, it will be pneumonia. A certain data set is inserted into these softwares, and based on this limited data, these softwares can actually help the health sector in coming to conclusions. Okay. This secure web-based solution was deployed to optimize the chest X-ray for rapid detection of COVID-19 triggered lung abnormalities. This Atman-backed incorporates a specially tuned deep convolution neural network designed to accurately identify COVID-19. You don't have to remember what goes beyond this, the technology behind this application, but just remember this is one application which was put to use during the time of COVID. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has implemented projects where AI-based models are being used to analyze X-rays and mammography images to detect tuberculosis and breast cancer. A perfect example to write in your answers. How Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is using or implementing AI to decode or come to results about some health reports. Okay. Then you have AI-based pest management systems also in agriculture. How do you use artificial intelligence in agriculture? Cotton Ace, an AI-driven early warning system, is aiding farmers in safeguarding their crops by offering timely, localized advice on pesticide application. Use this example in the answer. So how do you do this? If you write answer, applications of AI. Okay, point A, you write health. So write a statement and give an example. Then you write next point, you write agriculture, give an example. So wherever possible, try to give real life examples of use of artificial intelligence. This will make your answer more realistic. Okay. Then developed by Vadvani AI, the AI system has undergone successful piloting in collaboration with Better Cotton Initiative and the Maharashtra government. It is currently operational in Gujarat, Maharashtra and Telangana, benefiting over 18,000 farmers. Following the integration of this AI system, farmers have witnessed a significant 25% increase in the cotton crop yield. Now you are not supposed to know how this is done because you don't have the time and scope to write it in the exam. If you want to understand it, then it is okay. But you cannot write this in the exam. How does this AI software work? So farmers or extension workers install Cotton S app, uploading photos of pests collected in commonly used pheromone traps. The AI algorithm identifies and counts the pest, determines the infestation levels, and provides actionable advice to the farmers. So again, what is important, you feed some data, and based on that data, it will give results. Okay. The information is then shared with the neighboring cascade farmers who do not require additional tools, including smartphones. So it is only smartphone that is required for you to get these notifications. The app functions on a simple smartphone, even in an offline area with low network coverage, and is available in 9 languages. A very, very important example of how AI can be leveraged in agriculture. Okay. Then again, some more examples are given. Another AI-based solution deploys sensors in crop fields that help estimate moisture content in the soil. Mapping it with weather data regarding rains and the stage of crops, it helps make predictions of irrigation needed, and the farmer gets prompts on his mobile phone about when he should switch on the submersible pump. Now, what is this going to help in? It is going to help in save water. And how much water? You see, it estimated that this simple solution can save 40% of the water for paddy. Paddy is a water intensive crop. If you are using this application, 42% of water can be saved. Now imagine, this is a very important aspect for sustainable agriculture. With changing climate, global warming, sustainable agriculture is a must, and use of AI can help us in saving water. Okay. So a very good example. Then AI-based attendance monitoring also used in school and education. Very important again. You should use this example in your answers because it is used in certain states in India. See, the government Assam has developed a mobile application called Shiksha Setu. So if you write education, that AI can be leveraged in education, write the example that government of Assam has developed this Shiksha Setu app for recording the digital attendance of both the students and the teachers. The application includes AI-based facial recognition attendance system, which has been implemented across 44,000 schools in the states. Okay. The facial data of all the students has been entered into the system, and all the schools in the state have been geotagged and geofenced. The attendance is recorded in real time. There cannot be fraud. And analysis can be counted on a group or individual basis also. So this is what I've written. Use this in your answers. Through this system, what happened is proxy attendance has been eliminated, both of the teachers and the students. Okay. Teachers who used to either not come to the school or arrive late now attend punctually. The system has also identified and removed 4 lakh ghost students. Can you imagine this? How it is improving governance. 4 lakh ghost students were recognized. Now what happened because of this? This resulted in significant cost savings for government in PM Poshan, school uniforms and textbook supplies. If there are no bogus students, there will be no corruption in that, right? However, the most significant advantage is that now concrete figures on absenteeism and dropout rates are updated daily. And if they are absent for a certain time of period, they can also contact the parents of the students as to why they are not attending the school. Okay. So here we can fight the dropout rate also. Then there are many more such solutions, and the Ministry of Electronics and IT has published a compendium featuring 75 success stories that highlight the transformative use of AI in enhancing public service delivery. Now I think, see, in most of the answers for education, health, agriculture, urban planning, you already have examples here. If you want some more examples, you can visit this website. Okay, here you'll have some more success stories, you'll get some more examples to write. But I think whatever we have seen are sufficient. That many examples will be sufficient for your answer writing. Okay. Now, what is the way forward? As the proliferation of AI in citizen-centric public services accelerates, the imperative for establishing robust ethical guardrails becomes increasingly evident to safeguard against potential misuse and ensure responsible deployment. To ensure that adequate guardrails are in place to protect citizens, India is adopting a multi-stakeholder approach to design and adopt voluntary frameworks, policies and legal mechanisms for development, deployment and use of AI that is safe and accessible for all. Now look at how this has been presented. Let's learn the pattern of answer writing from this topic. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये काही महत्त्वाचा कंटेंट आपल्याला कळालाच, काही एक्झाम्पल्स आपल्याला कळाले, ठीक आहे. पण आन्सर कसं लिहावं हे सुद्धा याच्यामधनं कळतं. हाऊ शुड यू राईट युअर आन्सर्स आफ्टर रायटिंग ऑल द गुड थिंग्स अबाउट AI? यू आर स्टिल cautious at the end, and this is how you should conclude. If the question is about positive outcomes, write everything positive, but in the conclusion be cautious that these are also the problems we should work on. If the question is all about negatives, write them, and then at the end also focus on the positives. In spite of all these negative things, how this is positive thing. It is not only about artificial intelligence, it is about all the answers. This is the approach you should follow in your answers. Your answer should not be one-sided. Okay, they should be balanced, evened out. Okay, so a very good way or approach to actually conclude your answers, right? Then you can read these things as well. What I'm doing is only I'm giving the highlighted part, which is I think is more important. The rest obviously you can read it. Okay. Okay, now we'll go to the next topic. The next topic is India's tech service industry harnessing generative AI for scalable, secure and human-centric solutions. Now we do not have a lot of content that is useful for us in this chapter, but we'll still try to find out some important aspects about this. What is scaling AI? I mean, it is developing applications, different applications of artificial intelligence. So in the previous few years, you see there were only discussions about artificial intelligence, but the technology was not yet scalable, right? No real life applications could be done, but in today's times we see a lot of scalability that has been achieved in artificial intelligence as well. Okay. And then straight away, this is important for us, addressing AI security and ethical considerations. When we are using artificial intelligence, there are a lot of concerns regarding ethics, how ethically it can be used or how unethically it can be used. So the AI systems become more advanced as the systems become more advanced and widespread. Ensuring the security and ethical use is paramount. The India's tech industry is proactively addressing the challenges by investing in secure AI development practices, robust data protection measures and ethical guidelines also. The security considerations include protecting AI systems from what? Malicious attacks, ensuring data privacy and maintaining the integrity of the applications. So when we are trying to build a secure AI platform, what we are actually looking for is data security or saving AI from malicious attacks and also maintaining the integrity of the platform. Okay, then the other important point is human-centric AI, a core focus. Whenever you're writing answers, always try to focus on this human-centric approach of technology. Whichever technology, it is not only about artificial intelligence, but any technology you write about, you should always have this in consideration that this technology should be more human-centered or oriented. Okay, so generative AI demands a fundamental shift towards human-centered approach, prioritizing transparency and human oversight. Algorithms must be thoroughly tested for unintended consequences and biases before deployment. Okay, like I said, current generative AI models have an inbuilt inherent bias in them. So we should always be cautious that there are no such inbuilt biases before deployment. Scrutinizing data for implicit biases is crucial for preventing harm and distortion in outcomes, and this perspective is vital to ensuring AI's ethical use for humanity's benefit. Okay, so this is very important because the training module, the data that is going to be provided to artificial intelligence softwares is going to be given by the human beings. Okay, so all the human biases, there are chances will be filtered into these, and after deployment we could see them. So we should always be cautious about how to prevent these biases from coming into action. Okay, so this is all that was important in this topic. You can just go through this topic once, but not very important points you'll get out of this. Okay, like I said, there are hardly 3 topics which are very important for us in this issue. Now, unlocking the potential and challenges of generative AI. This is a bit important topic for us. Okay, so what is generative AI? We have already seen it, but still it is explained here. Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence technology that can produce various types of content, including the text, imagery and audio. We had already seen the definition. Now you can direct have a question, what is generative AI? So this is very important. Generative AI is also used for many special purposes chatbots, like government chatbots can be used to help citizens and visitors get access to the right information via various schemes and policies. Generative AI has the potential to give society intelligent guidance on how to approach some of the biggest problems like climate change and pandemics. Now remember, chatbots are a very important link in this generative AI, because for government also there is one chatbot known as Ask Disha. This was developed by IRCTC. It can completely handle your ticket reservation queries 24/7. Okay, you see in the private sector also almost every bank has a chatbot which is available 24/7. So this is all outcome of generative AI. Government in giving services, ensuring governance, can start using generative AI through such chatbots to give round the clock service to its people. Okay, so this is one example, Ask Disha, you should know this. Now just a minute. Okay, after ChatGPT's release, artificial intelligence, especially the generative AI, has caught the attention of many government, corporations and businesses. Like I said, many businesses, private and corporations already use chatbots for giving services. Okay, now OpenAI released ChatGPT. Now this can be a question in your prelims exam. OpenAI is the organization, parent organization of ChatGPT. Like you see Bard and Google, right? So this is some examples you should know, which can be a question in your prelims exam. Then generative AI, again it is explained here what is generative AI. Okay, generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence technology that can produce various types of content, including text, imagery. So we have already seen this. Okay, now what is artificial intelligence? We can have a question in mains exam, what is artificial intelligence, and the next question follows. Advantages, disadvantages, whatever. Now artificial intelligence, and what is the difference between AI and machine learning? Very important aspect. Most of the times we think machine learning and AI are the one and the same things, but let's see what's the difference. One way to think about it is that AI is a discipline like physics. Okay, AI is a discipline like physics. It is a branch of computer science that deals with creation of intelligent agents, which are systems that can reason, learn and act autonomously. Okay, what is artificial intelligence? It is a branch of computer science that deals with the creation of intelligent agents, which are the systems that can reason, learn and act autonomously. Essentially, AI has to do with the theory and methods used to build machines that think and act like humans. Okay, in this discipline we have machine learning, which is a subfield of AI. So machine learning is not AI, or AI is not machine learning. Machine learning is a subfield under AI. This difference also is very important for you to know. Okay, label data is data that comes with a tag like a name, a type or a number. Now why have I underlined this? These can all be simple prelims questions, statements in a prelims exam. Okay, so you should be knowing this. In supervised learning, the model learns from the past examples to predict future values in case tips. Okay, so one example is given here. What is machine learning? Okay, So you can just go through that. Now let's briefly explore where deep learning fits as a subset of machine learning methods. See, AI, then we have machine learning, and deep learning is another subset of machine learning. Okay, so deep learning is a type of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks, allowing them to process more complex patterns. Okay, it mimics neural patterns we see in human beings. Okay, artificial neural networks are inspired by the human brain. Like I just said, they are inspired by human brain. They are made up of many interconnected neurons that can learn to perform tasks by performing data and making predictions. And deep learning models have many layers of neurons which allow them to learn complex patterns. And now we finally get where generative AI fits into this AI discipline. Generative AI is a subset of deep learning. So artificial intelligence, then we have machine learning, then we have deep learning, and then we have generative AI. Okay, this is the sequence or the chronology you should know, which means it uses artificial neural networks and can process labeled data using supervised learning methods. Now, because this is supervised learning methods, there are chances that some biases can get into it. Okay, ChatGPT has been trained on a large collection of web pages, books and articles. The large-scale supervised learning technology is termed as large language model, very important. Okay, so ChatGPT actually works on this large language model. This can be a question in a prelims exam. Okay, other examples that use generative AI include Bard, Bing Chat and DALL-E. So Bard of Google, we just saw that example. Okay, so what can generative AI do? What is possible with ChatGPT, for example? Because ChatGPT is an example of generative AI. So what can we do with it? See, writing, it can do writing. Okay, I'm not going to go into the details here, but you know, it can do writing, it can do the reading, it can do chatting as well. Right? Then with these amazing capabilities, they also have some common concerns. Okay, for every question you will need concerns of AI. No matter now how this approach is important, no matter what the question is, even if the question is positive, wherein you are supposed to write all the positive things about AI, still at the end, in the conclusion, you will have to mention some concerns about this technology. So this part from this issue is always going to be important, no matter how the question in your mains exam is. You will need the concerns of this technology. What are some concerns regarding generative AI or artificial intelligence? First and the most important is gender bias. See, large language models are trained on text from the internet, which reflects some of the humanity's best qualities, but also some of its worst, including some of our prejudices, hatreds and misconceptions. Like I said, ChatGPT was asked a question, Dash is a CEO, and it came up with the answer that a male is a CEO. Because that is the prejudice that is built into the data that is there on the internet. Okay, so there can be gender bias with artificial intelligence. Okay, then there can be job losses. The biggest problem in India with artificial intelligence, or the criticism that is against artificial intelligence, that will lose jobs. India is already experiencing a jobless growth. We have had the highest unemployment rates in the past 45 years. So artificial intelligence in India or any other developing country is always going to be a challenge, because it is going to eat up the available jobs. So, but there is other counterpoint to this as well. Yes, it is going to take some job, because with automation a lot of jobs will be taken up. But there is counterpoint as well. Some example is given here. See, a second major concern is who will be able to make a living when AI can do our jobs faster and cheaper than any human can. To understand whether this is likely to happen, let's look at a radiology. Radiology is one field of medicine. Okay. Now, as per various reports, some 5 years ago, it was said that AI was becoming so good at analyzing X-ray images that in 5 years, it could take a radiologist's job. during COVID pandemic also to go through lakhs and lakhs of x-rays and screen patients, this artificial intelligence was used. So it was said in the 5 years, artificial intelligence could take up the jobs of radiologists. But did it happen? Obviously no. Okay. Now, but we are now well past 5 years since the statement, and AI is far from replacing the radiologist. Okay. AI is far from replacing the radiologist. Radiologists do a lot more than just interpret the X-ray images. What can artificial intelligence do? It can just screen or go through the X-rays and come to a predefined conclusion. But that's not what radiologists do. Okay? They operate imaging hardware, communicate exam results with the patients, respond to the complications during procedure, and so on. And for AI to completely automate all these tasks, the future is still far away. So this is how you can counter this problem of job loss. Okay? And also remember another thing. Yes, some jobs will surely be eaten up. So what is the solution to that? Upskilling and reskilling. Right? Upskill and reskill. Always remember these two words when you are dealing with artificial intelligence. And if there's a question that it will lead to job losses, we'll have to accept, yes, it will lead to job losses, but there are some things we can do. There are some jobs which cannot be taken up by artificial intelligence, and skilling, reskilling and upskilling of the workforce is going to be very important. Okay, so this aspect is very important from India's perspective. So please know this. Then there is hallucination and misinformation is one problem. Plagiarized content, obviously, currently also this is a big problem. Then transparency and user explainability is another problem with AI. Okay. Then lots of governments, businesses and developers care about such concerns and have been working to make sure that AI is built and used responsibly. Some of the key dimensions of implementing responsible AI. How would you ensure that AI is responsible? You'll have to take into picture these factors. It should be fair. It should be transparent. Okay? It should be protecting the privacy. It should be safeguarding from malicious attacks. It should safeguard, the system should safeguard itself from malicious attacks, and use has to be ethical use. It should be used only for beneficial human acts. So if you put in all these features, then the artificial intelligence is going to be fair. Okay, so these parameters are going to be very important for us. Okay, and then this is, I think, this chapter over here. Now the next chapter is use cases of generative artificial intelligence in governance. This is the most important topic of this issue, because most of the questions that will come to you will be how artificial intelligence can be used in real life, especially in India, because we speak of governance. How can this artificial intelligence make governance more easy, more accessible? How can it bring governance closer to people? So we have a lot of examples here that are given, and this is going to be a very important topic for you. Okay, like I said, not all topics are important, but this is the most important topic in this issue. Okay, so we'll straight away see the examples. Okay, starts from here. Alan Turing, the British computer scientist, introduced the Turing machine and highlighted that any problem could be solved as long as it could be represented and decoded by an algorithm. Furthermore, we can now look back and see that his attention subsequently moved towards research in AI when he proposed the imitation game, where he tested if a computer was thinking machine or not. Now, Alan Turing, if you're writing an essay, is an important person. He's known as the father of artificial intelligence. Okay. Now, there's a Hollywood movie by this name as well, Imitation Game. I suggest you sometime watch it. Okay. How it started, how this development started in the Second World War. Okay. And in 1950, after the war, he wrote a research paper known as Can Machines Think? And that is how artificial intelligence as a field started. And later in 1956, we see John McCarthy using this term artificial intelligence. Okay. The start was done by Alan Turing, and so he is known as the father of artificial intelligence. So this person is going to be important for us. Okay. Then, however, over time, newer models of artificial intelligence evolved, like deep learning, reinforcement learning, federated learning, and many other models, which gradually started gaining importance in industrial applications. Okay, and now we have generative AI. Generative AI operates on a large language model which have been trained on much larger data sets. I had said this earlier also, I am again repeating this, that this can be a statement in your prelims exam. We have already had many questions on artificial intelligence in our prelims exam, UPSC prelims exam. So this is one of them. This statement is going to be very important for us. Now, how can it be used in governance? Okay. For example, a platform for query resolutions could be created where citizens are able to see the status of their service request rather than having to speak with a government employee to find out. Now, we are already doing this. Okay, government has already developed some chatbots where we can check the status of the complaints that we are making. Okay, now this table again is important for prelims. There are some examples of emerging generative AI technologies. Okay, and what type of pattern or what type of work they do is given here. Okay, now for example, ChatGPT, it is mostly about text and can provide answers to complex queries based on public information. Okay, then so you find lot of examples here. Okay, Google Lambda, Google Bard, Apple Siri, Microsoft Cortana. These are all the examples. So please go through all these names and what they are capable of doing. Maybe you can use some of these examples in your mains answer as well. Okay, so I'm not going to read all of these, but this table is going to be very important for you. Okay, if you know a few names like now ChatGPT, everyone knows of OpenAI, then Bard, then Google, Microsoft Cortana, or Google Lambda. Remember some examples. Okay, they'll be important for prelims as well as mains exam. Okay, now. Additionally, another area of GI application could be to provide real-time analytical reports to decision makers. Okay, generative AI can go through huge sets of data, which is humanly impossible, or it takes a very long time. This generative AI techniques can do it in very less time. Okay, which will enable faster decision making, and that is very important. Now, artificial intelligence, including generative AI, has already started transforming government operations, as evidenced by the following innovative applications. Now, these applications, though the examples are not from India, but you should know these examples and try to make use of this in your mains exam. Now, the governments of both United States and Singapore have initiated the integration of ChatGPT into their administration system. Now, if there's a question, should India be using ChatGPT in governance or generative AI in governance? You should say yes, because US is doing this, Singapore is doing this. Okay. Similarly, in Japan, the Yokosuka city government has begun employing ChatGPT to support its office operations. So globally, we have a lot of examples where generative AI is being used in governance. The government Estonia has been piloting several AI-related initiatives. For example, it has tested machine learning software to match job seekers with employers. Now imagine how important this can be in India if we could match the job seekers with the employers, and ChatGPT doing this or any generative AI model doing this. Okay. And then in Singapore, the Smart Nation initiative utilizes AI to optimize traffic management. A very real life example for India, because all the Indian metropolitan cities are facing severe traffic management issues, be it Bengaluru, Pune, Delhi, Mumbai, all these cities. So how can we leverage AI in traffic management like Singapore is doing, improving the urban planning and public transportation also? Some elements of service generation is used for recommending traffic flow and control through the use of mobile crowd sensing. The US FEMA employs AI for critical satellite imagery analysis to bolster disaster response and resource allocation. So you have all these examples from America, Singapore, Estonia, Japan using generative AI models in governance. Okay. Then you have UK's NHS leverages AI to inform healthcare policies and manage resources effectively. Okay, and it will soon deploy generative AI on top of existing AI tools for diagnosis and recommending possible treatments for critical illness. So in the health sector, this can be used. In disaster management, this can be used. Okay. Many small scale examples also. See, in US, a lot of AI is already being used across government functions. The city of Seattle has released its GI policy to signal opportunities as well as highlight possible concerns. So this is not an example. I'll just move ahead. Challenges for governments. What are the challenges? Now see, it can be leveraged to give services to the people, but there are some challenges also which need to be addressed. And which are these challenges? One challenge is using GAI is the veracity of its output. How true will be the outputs? This is a big issue. We cannot completely rely on the outcomes of generative AI models. So that is one challenge that the governments will face. The quality of data it ingests plays a large role in the credibility of output, because they're trained on a set of data. Now that credibility of this data is going to be very important. If the data is not credible, the output is not going to be credible. The quality of data is going to matter here. Okay, so even if any country is planning to leverage GAI models in governance, what is crucial is that data sets have to be authentic. Okay, the responses of GAI to factual prompts are relatively accurate. Factually, they are accurate. However, for prompts that require subjective deliberations, GAI applications often fail to provide satisfactory responses. Factually, they are very accurate, but when it is subjective, there is some problem in giving solutions. Okay, another challenge. Similarly, the use of GAI requires organizations to expose their data to GAI systems. Very important, because generative AI work on a prefixed set of data. Now, if an organization wants to use generative AI, it will have to expose its data to this model. This activity has to be done carefully so that internal information assures protocols and privacy of data do not get breached. This is also a challenge, a concern which has to be looked after. Like any other AI technology, GAI systems need to establish how they can address the principle of FATE. Now, what is FATE? It is just an acronym for fairness, accountability, transparency, and ethics in AI. So you do remember this FATE. How can AI be good? If it is fair, if it is accountable, if it is transparent, and if it is ethical. This is what all the organizations, governments, companies will have to look into before using generative AI. Okay. Now, for example, New Zealand's government has adopted AI tools extensively to analyze public feedback, ensuring citizen-centric policy making. See, this is such a good way of knowing what people think about a particular program. So this example also can be used, that how New Zealand is making use of this. Then further, the government needs to employ both automated and human surveillance mechanisms to protect against illegal content and misuse of GI models. Misinformation is increasingly becoming difficult to detect. Deepfakes, for instance, become very difficult to detect by a normal, untrained person ignorant of the nuances of capabilities of AI. Okay, so there are some concerns which emerge out of AI which will need some manual surveillance also, or human surveillance also. So these are all the cases of how you can use generative AI models in governance. Though there is no India specific example in this chapter, these examples can certainly be used in your answers. They can be used to substantiate your arguments. Okay, so please know all these examples, though they are from other countries. So this chapter is very important for us. Then this is an advertisement, but very important things are given here that have happened throughout the year. I've just marked some schemes now. For example, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana is very important, giving free rations to 80 crore people. Then you have Amrit Bharat Station scheme. Just know the scheme. Okay. Then cheetahs return to India. This is an important current affairs in environment. So after almost 7 decades, cheetahs are back in India from Africa. So that is important. Then you have Operation Kaveri. They'll ask you in prelims. Operation Kaveri was in news recently. What is it related to? So such questions are very important. So evacuating Indians from Sudan was important operation. Then inauguration of new parliament building. All the details about the parliament building you'll have to know. Then India's G20 presidency, right? Women's reservation bill was passed. So this news is very important for you. Then Namo Bharat trains, okay, semi-high-speed trains in India. These were known as Rapidex. So they were renamed as Namo Bharat trains. These are also important. Then here you have sickle cell anemia elimination mission, a typical prelims question. Then Chandrayaan-3 was also successful. This also can be a question in mains as well as the prelims exam. So these are all the important things that have happened over the year, and these are very important. Now what the government is doing for women, 33% representation in Lok Sabha, then access to clean tap water through Jal Jeevan mission, 100% smokeless kitchens through Ujjwala Yojana. Okay, very important schemes. 100% villages in India electrified under Saubhagya scheme. These examples, these schemes are very important for you in the mains exam also. To, like I said, to support or substantiate your arguments. Okay. Then Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, very important. Then PM Awas Yojana scheme, PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. So these schemes play a very important role, okay, both for prelims as well as mains. So you should know, though this is an advertisement, you should take some things out of it, okay. PM Samman Nidhi, now this is, we have already had a question on PM Samman Nidhi. Then Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, soil health cards, these are all important, okay. Okay, now the next chapter is artificial intelligence and future of media. There are 2 topics about artificial intelligence in media. Both the topics are not useful to us because both are narrower topics. They focus only on one particular area, that is the media. Actually, when there will be a question, the question will be broad based, like applications, and applications of AI are way beyond media. So this topic, 2 topics are not very important for us. I would suggest don't even go through them because nothing important you'll get out of these topics. Wherever anything is important, any statement is important, I've highlighted it. So if you read even that much of the part from these topics, it is going to be okay. So absolutely nothing from this topic. It is okay if you do not read anything out of this. Okay. Then next topic is transformative role of AI in media. Again, like I said, these 2 topics are not very important for us. Don't go through this. Only the highlighted part wherever is going to be important. Okay. Now, like some points here, a simple answer is humans, their intrinsic qualities like journalism that AI would find difficult to replicate. Now, if there's a question, now there are chances that you'll have question. Can AI replace this profession? Can AI replace that profession? Like we saw in the radiologist. AI cannot completely replace a radiologist. Similarly, can it overtake media? No, there are some limitations. Why? What is the limitations? Emotions. AI won't have emotions like the reporters on the ground, the boots on the ground. Okay, so this is one limitation of AI. It cannot completely overtake the profession. Data definitely plays an important role in driving a story, but what truly drives the story is the underlying emotions that connect to the audience or connect the audience to the story. So then you have ethics. While new generation AI can follow a basic paradigm of ethical behavior laid down by its creators, there's only so far machine learning can go. It is not a programmed discern what is morally correct or acceptable. There are more aspects to ethical concerns. AI can create fake images, videos and audios. Now with current competition in media, AI can actually be used to create fake images, videos or audios, and we have seen that happening in India. Okay, it can be used to create deep fake content as well. So ethical use, human intervention will be needed there. Ground connect also, like I said, boots on the ground is very important for media. No matter how much data you process through AI, you cannot have boots on the ground. Not having boots on the ground and covering a program is almost impossible. Okay, so that is one shortcoming that will always be there. Limited ability to take decisions. AI, generative AI or AI models can take decision based on the data sets that they are provided. They cannot completely replace humans or journalists in taking decisions. So that is also one limitation, how AI models cannot replace journalists in media. Okay. Now, the next question is role and scope of artificial intelligence for citizen services, a very important topic. Very important topic. You'll have a lot of content for mains exam from this. See, artificial intelligence is making a significant impact on healthcare services. This is another area where artificial intelligence can be used, transforming various aspects of the industry to enhance efficiency, improve diagnostics, and provide personalized care. So just remember broadly that healthcare is one sector where AI can be leveraged. Okay. Then you have AI also plays a significant role in power management, contributing to improved efficiency, reliability, and sustainability in the energy sector. So health sector, energy sector, another important sector. It has the potential to significantly transform learning and skill development in India. So education is another area where AI can be leveraged. Okay. Okay. AI in the Digital India Initiative. Like I said, a lot of data that you have can get here. DigiLocker is one example where government is already using this. AI with Aadhaar is one possibility where it can be used. By integrating AI into government mobile applications, administration can create more intelligent, responsive and citizen-centric platforms that streamline process, improve service delivery and foster better communication between the government and its citizens. Very important. Okay. Not only the content but also try to get the language out of it. This language is also going to play a very important role. Okay, then AI in public safety and security. How can AI be used in public safety and security? First is predictive monitoring can be done, emergency response optimization can be done, disaster management, video surveillance can be done, and threat detection also can be done with the help of AI. AI can aid in monitoring public spaces, detecting anomalies and improving emergency response. Very important. Now AI in healthcare services also, how this can be used in healthcare services. You have some examples given here. AI is utilized in analyzing medical imaging data such as X-rays, MRIs and CT scans. Now we already have an example that during COVID pandemic, we used Atman was the software, AI software that was developed, which scanned the X-rays, okay, to detect patients. AI is used in drug discovery process as well, okay. Then virtual health assistants and chatbots powered by AI provide patients with instant support, answer medical queries and offer information about symptoms and treatments. Another use of AI in medical field. Then they can also help in appointment scheduling and medication reminder. Now for some diseases like TB, completing that course is very important. You're not supposed to miss the medication. In such cases, AI can help us in reminding or scheduling the medication and giving us reminders about it. It can again facilitate remote monitoring of patients through AI. Wearable devices and sensors collect real-time health data, allowing healthcare providers to track patient status intervene when necessary. So these bands are one example of how AI can be used in healthcare sector. All are going to be very useful examples. Not that you'll have one single question on how AI is used in healthcare, but whenever there's a question on applications of AI, this sector is going to be very important. Then, next, AI is used in robotic assisted surgery. In India also, a lot of use is done where robots equipped with AI algorithms assist surgeons in performing procedures with precision. Now, cataract surgeries, knee replacement surgeries, these are all robotic assisted surgeries. Okay, so a lot of AI is used in these. Now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, AI has been used for contact tracing, monitoring quarantine compliance, and analyzing healthcare data to make informed decisions. Okay, so for monitoring compliance and healthcare data monitoring, AI was used, and also for screening of X-rays, AI was used. Okay, so this is all in healthcare sector. Now, the second sector is in financial inclusion. See, government is emphasizing hugely on financial inclusion. Okay, so how can AI be used in financial inclusion? We have examples like AI-driven mobile banking applications enable individuals to access basic financial services through their smartphones. This reduces the dependency on physical bank branches, particularly in rural and underserved areas or regions. Okay, this is one use we can do of artificial intelligence in banking. Then we have AI in smart agriculture. So what are, just remember the areas where we can see this can be applied. One is health, right? Then financial inclusion, agriculture, right? Governance, okay? Education is important, okay? So remember these fields because this is going to be a question always. Now, AI plays a crucial role in agriculture innovation, offering solutions to enhance crop yield, sustainability, and overall efficiency in farming. AI used to analyze agriculture data and provide farmers with real-time information, weather patterns, crop health, and best farming practices. This will help in improving the crop yield and optimizing resource usage. AI technologies, including sensors, drones, and satellite imagery, enable precision farming. Very important. It will enable precision farming. There's one more what we can add to all the top sectors that we had written, that is smart city development or urban planning. Okay. AI helps in optimizing irrigation by analyzing the soil moisture levels, weather forecast, and crop water requirements. What we normally do in traditional methods is after some alternate days we water the plants. Even if the plants do not require extra moisture, we water it, and so there is a lot of wastage of water which can be controlled using AI. Smart irrigation systems ensure water is applied efficiently, reducing waste and conserving resources. Very important for a country like India with this in the context of global warming and climate change. Smart agriculture, smart irrigation is going to be very important. Okay, so very important point to remember. AI models analyze weather patterns to provide accurate and timely forecast, which will help in improving the farming. Then AI in education and skill development, we have already seen some examples, but AI being used in the education sector for personalized learning. Okay, experiences, adaptive assessments, and skill development initiatives. It can also adapt educational content based on individual student needs and learning styles, providing personalized learning experiences. This customization helps students progress at their own pace and focus on areas where they need more assistance. Now, this is a new way of education wherein you do not judge every student alike. A student can have different ways, a different pace, speed of learning. So AI can assist these students. Okay, if there's someone who's not able to catch up with the rest of the class, no, personalized learning can be done with the help of AI, and this is going to be important. Then there is AI in smart city development. By using AI technologies, cities can enhance efficiency, improve resources management, and create more comfortable environments. Now, what are the areas in urban where we can use AI? Now, there is traffic management, waste management, energy distribution, water supply, leading to reduced congestions, energy savings, and more efficient resource allocation. Then AI can improve waste collection and recycling process by optimizing collection routes, identifying areas with higher waste generation, and promoting recycling initiatives. You see, all the urban problems, even for a country like India, a developing country like India, can be answered through AI. So very important examples here. Okay. Then AI in tourism also. You have almost got an answer here. So many sectors where AI can be used. And you'll certainly have a question on applications of AI. See, we got to know what is AI, we got to know what is generative AI, we got to know applications of GI, we got to know the concerns of artificial intelligence, we got to know some conclusion areas also, how you can conclude a question. So any question on artificial intelligence now can be answered because of this issue. Now, how can it help in tourism? By transforming various aspects of travel planning, booking and experiences. It can give you a ready-made itinerary. It will help these travelers with weather patterns and real-time travel alerts also. Then I'm not going deep into this, but just remember broadly there is a sector in tourism also AI can be used. AI in power management also. AI algorithms analyze historical data, weather patterns and other relevant factors to predict future energy demand accurately. Most of the time we have peak demand in summers and there's shortage of electricity. There's load shedding in a very big part of India. So this can be, this demand can be predicted accurately by AI. This enables utilities to plan and allocate resources more efficiently, avoiding overloads and reducing the risk of blackouts. This also helps in optimizing energy consumption, very important. In various applications, from industrial processes to residential buildings, machine learning models can learn patterns of energy use and suggest strategies for minimizing consumption during peak times. Okay, they can learn from the behavior, and so this is the predicting capacity of AI models is very good. Then, how can AI be leveraged in logistic management? AI algorithms analyze historical and real-time data considering factors like traffic conditions, weather, road closures, and to optimize delivery routes. This leads to reduced transit times, fuel consumption, and transportation cost. So AI optimizes air traffic management by predicting consumption. It is not only about road traffic, even air traffic can be optimized using artificial intelligence. AI facilities smart toll collection systems, allowing for automated and efficient tolling process. It can also save the waiting time at toll booths. Even after FASTags, we have a lot of waiting time at the toll booths. So using AI, we can overcome that. Okay. Then in service, customer service and interaction, chatbots is the best example. You see TIA of the Tata, EVA HDFC Bank, iPal ICICI Bank, SIA with SBI. These are all chatbot examples. So almost every service industry especially have come up with chatbots. So customer service is becoming a very important aspect of the business. And how can you give it all throughout the time? 24/7, it is through chatbots. Okay? Because someone physically cannot be present 24/7. So chatbots are taking over the places of these call centers that we had. Okay? Then AI in personalized services also, while AI offers numerous benefits. Now this is how you conclude. If the question is on how this can be used, how is the application, everything is good. There are a lot of areas where AI can be applied. But while AI offers numerous benefits, it's essential to address the concerns related to privacy, bias, and ethical considerations when implementing these technologies in citizen services. Very important. So I always tell students, when you conclude the answer, it has to be holistic, it has to be comprehensive. It should look that you are also giving the other side of the story. Especially when we are asked to write applications, we write everything good about the technology, not only about AI, any other technology. But you should always highlight the concerns also. While doing all these things, there are some concerns which need to be addressed. Okay, so this is the approach. What you learn from the Yojana is how content is presented in this magazine. Okay, so out of all these benefits, there is a note of concern also. You first look after these problems. Okay, then it is going to be good. Right? Now, okay, artificial intelligence and the ease of life for visually challenged. Again, very important. We, like I said, the marginalized sections of the society are always important for UPSC. How can AI be used to make the lives of disabled people or differently abled people more easy, right? Especially the visually challenged. There are some examples you can take out of these topics, right? So there's not necessary to read everything out of this. Some examples are given how it can make life easy for visually impaired. First, there are gadgets and applications designed for the visually impaired. So specs, cell phones and softwares, etc. Right? Then AI can help visually impaired people by detection of impairment. There can be early detection of any problem with the eye. Okay. Okay, we'll see some cases where AI can be used for visually challenged people. First is detection of impairment. Okay, so AI can help us with early detection of any problem with the eye. Using AI assistive technologies can invariably interfere with medication or other management processes right from the womb itself. Okay. Then a regular examination for locating the blindness at the infant stage itself is now made possible by artificial intelligence. So this is one way how it is going to help. All of details are explained here, but you do not need to know the details how this process is done about. Then the next is how AI can help in education of visually impaired people. We'll straightway go to the examples. Now we have Apple Siri, we have Alexa, we have chatbots, have all altered the learning ecosystem. Visually impaired students have wide voice maneuverability interfaces such as AI learning models, which is unveiling the fantastic world of knowledge at their fingerprint. Okay, so what you broadly need to remember is that education has become possible to visually impaired because of AI, or it has become more easy. We had education even before that, but it has become more easy and more accessible because of artificial intelligence. How can it help in social life? An AI device has been carefully tailored in spectacles to meet the specific requirements of blind or low vision people by socially committed developers known as Envision. Okay, so you can read in detail about this program. Then it is noteworthy that many smartphone developers have meticulously included features in their gadgets that use AI to improve the quality of life in many ways. Like for example, now remember these examples. Okay, when you said that some companies are doing this, you should know the examples. Be My Eyes is the example. Audio GPS, digital magnifier, scanners, screen readers and text-to-speech applications are a few of them. Please note these examples. Now, any question on visually impaired or differently able people, you'll have to write this approach of how AI can help in easing their lives. And these are some of the examples that you should know. Okay. Then AI and governance. Several portals which are often internet based can be used because of AI. Many of them test whether you are a robot. But alas, a visually impaired person has to prove it with a lot of struggle or help. You visit many portals and you'll have to insert some code to prove that you're not a robot. Now, how can visually impaired people do that? It is currently impossible. So what can we do? AI can help with biometric verification and thereby relieve an acid test for existence. Okay, we'll find a way out of how visually impaired people also can go through that. Then AI and accessibility is one important point. Not underlined anything in this, but you can still read it. Now see, out of this complete chapter, we have only got few examples, but those are the most important examples. Because examples are what makes your answers better and different from other people. So having these small examples, now you might think that out of the complete chapter I only get 5 lines. Those 5 lines are also going to be very, very important. Don't look for the amount of content you're getting. Look at the quality of content you're getting out of these magazines. Okay, so no matter, actually in every issue of Yojana, only the 50% or even less data is important, but that is so important that it will make your answers very different from other people. So these examples are very important. Now the last topic I think is the rise of India's drone industry. Just read it. I've marked the important points here. Okay, this is not about AI. Now this is the last topic, cyber security challenges in the era of AI. No matter how good AI is, no matter how many applications AI has in different fields, there are some concerns, like I said, and you cannot overlook the concerns. Whenever there is a question on AI, whenever there is a positive question on AI, you will have to write the concerns also. And the biggest concern is cyber security. So let's see what the problem is. Understanding the landscape. India's digital landscape is rapidly evolving with internet users exceeding 800 million. Even this fact is important. And the government actively promoting digital initiatives like Aadhaar, Digital India. This growth, however, attracts malicious actors who exploit vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure and personal data. So in 2023 alone, India witnessed over 1 billion cyber attacks, highlighting the urgency. Now look at this paragraph. This is so important. You get very important facts here. First, internet users in India exceed 800 million. Very important fact. In 1 year alone, we have had more than 1 billion cyber attacks. Another important fact. So even if you're writing any question on cyber security also, these facts are going to be very useful to prove a point that cyber security is a challenge in future, because lot many people are coming into this stream. So we have the user base is increasing, also the cyber attacks are increasing. So these two facts are very important here. Okay, so what it highlights, the urgency of a robust cyber security measures. So AI powered threats, what are the threats? The integration of AI in cyber security presents both opportunities and vulnerabilities. Very important aspect. AI in cyber security is both an opportunity and also a problem. How? Let's see. On one hand, AI can automate the threat detection and response, analyze vast amount of data to identify anomalies and even predict future attacks. But however, AI powered tools can be manipulated by attackers to launch sophisticated cyber attacks, create deepfakes for social engineering and automate malware development. So again, it is also important for cyber security, but it can be used as a tool of cyber crime. Okay, unique challenges for India. First is large digital divide. Very simple but real challenges. There's a large digital divide, so India should be focusing on bridging these divides. Lot of schemes already being implemented. National Broadband Mission, especially for bridging this digital divide. So significant portion of the population lacks access to digital literacy and awareness, making them vulnerable to phishing attacks. Fragmented cybersecurity infrastructure is one problem. Then data privacy concerns, skill shortage. Like I said, developing manpower is going to be very crucial for India. Or reskilling and upskilling of the current workforce is going to be very important. So these are the problems. How can you address the challenge? By building a robust cyber security ecosystem. Now, even if you write these heading points, now this makes your answer. This small chapter of 2 pages is actually a complete answer for UPSC means as to how AI can be used in cyber security and what are the challenges and what are the solutions. These are the challenges, these are the challenges are given. Now, investing AI powered cyber security solutions, promoting digital literacy and awareness, developing a strong legal framework. We have already passed the Digital Data Protection Bill Act in 2023. Investing in cyber security training and skill development. So you have ready-made points, a ready-made answer. How are you going to address the challenges? What are the challenges? Okay. Then threat detection and response, then fraud prevention, cyber crime investigation. Okay, so AI can help us in this areas. Then a call to action: the government, private sector, academia and civil society must come together to build a robust cybersecurity ecosystem and promote responsible AI development and empower individuals to navigate the digital world safely. This is a perfect conclusion for the answer for this question. If there is a question, how AI can help us in cybersecurity? So what are the problems, what are the solutions, challenges, conclusion, everything is given here. So just a chapter of 2 pages, but it is a very, very important topic. Okay, it can give you a very good answer out of this. So what else can be done? International cooperation, always include this point in writing conclusions. Most of the issues are not national. They go beyond boundaries. So international cooperations become very important. Ethical implications of AI in cybersecurity need careful consideration. Transparency, accountability and human oversight are crucial to prevent misuse of AI. Okay. So I think this is it for this issue. Okay, PM Janman empowering tribals. This is a scheme. I've underlined all the important aspects of the scheme. So very important, a typical prelims question that you should know. What the scheme is about, okay, what is the target group for this scheme, everything is given here. Okay, I think this is all from this magazine. Okay, so like I said, what do you get out of this issue? You get the basic concepts of artificial intelligence. Okay, what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, what is deep learning and what is generative AI. So you get a good perspective of what these technologies are. Second, you get to know where these technologies can be used, in what different fields. So there are almost 10 fields we saw where AI can be used in a developing country like India, which is very important for us. Then what are the challenges with AI? We have seen what are the solutions we can make with AI. We have seen, we have got a lot of examples to substantiate or support our points in our answers. Okay. So instead of reading completely everything, you just read the underlined matter. Even that will help you. Okay. Or if you're reading for the first time, you can read the complete magazine, and when you revise before the exams or when you're making notes, you can just take out the highlighted part of this issue. Okay. So I hope this issue helps you in writing good essays about technology, good answers about artificial intelligence. Okay. If you have any suggestions, do come up with these suggestions and help us make this program more better and more exam oriented. So that's all for this issue. Thank you and have a nice day.